Evelyn, when will you be back home? Come back home immediately.
Hold on, what's going on, Mom? I'm at the supermarket.
I urgently need you back home now. Your grandma keeps calling me to take her for a walk. Could you come back home and do it for me? Hurry up before she pushes her wheelchair out.
But I'm almost at the supermarket. I want to go back, just take her out for a walk and then return for shopping. Can't you handle it yourself? It's not that difficult.
Why should I be the one to do it?
But Grandma wants to go out immediately. Can't you at least help her?
No, why would I do that?
Because she's your mother. Can't you show a bit more kindness and lend her a hand?
I am being kind. She's fortunate to stay in this house instead of going to a nursing home. Don't be selfish. Come back home immediately. Come and take her for a walk. Or are you going to talk back to me?
No, I'm not going to talk back. Please don't get mad.
Remember who brought you up. You shouldn't go against me. Just do as I say.
Yes, you raised me. But now I'm handling all the housework and taking care of Grandma.
But I'm covering the costs of all the meals and everything.
No, you're using Grandma's savings and pension money to pay for it? I know you're not being truthful, Mom.
You're really irritating me. There are things you should and shouldn't say. Learn that, young lady. No dinner for you tonight. Don't even think about taking a bite.
But Mom, I'm the one preparing dinner. That's unfair.
Yes, and you still won't get to eat it because you're being so insolent. You've become quite a stubborn child since you turned 14.
Well, now that I'm old enough to think for myself, I've been realizing how much you've lied to me. And you never help Grandma or me in any way. You just focus on your own matters and don't care about us.
I'm looking after your grandma while you're at school. How could you know that? Can you see how ungrateful you are?
No, you hire a caretaker to come in while I'm at school. You're not truly taking care of her.
And who has to call and arrange for the caretaker to come? It's me. She's yelling at me again. She asked me to take her out. She won't stop. Come back home immediately, Evelyn. I told her to be quiet, but she just kept calling me. So frustrating.
I'm trying to hurry, but I need to get the groceries first. Otherwise, we won't have anything for dinner. I'll be back right after I finish shopping. So can you please help me with that?
Oh, no. It's all right. I just gave her sleeping pills. She will sleep in a matter of minutes.
But she's asking for you to take her out for a walk. Can't you help her?
No, it's fine. Her memory got worse and worse, and she would forget everything. I'm sure she won't even remember this.
How can you say that? Grandma might forget things at times, but she still retains a lot of memories.
What's the issue with using the sleeping pills? Many elderly people use them. I'm sure she'll be fine when you return.
It's better to take her out instead of using sleeping pills, you know. Can't you respect her wishes and assist her?
No, she's fine. Just go get the groceries as you said you would. Such a waste of time and energy.
The next evening. Hey, Mom, are you going to eat dinner at home tonight? I'm trying to figure out how much pasta to cook. I don't know what time you'll be back.
Oh, I won't need dinner. I'll be back around midnight or maybe in the morning.
Okay. I've already given a bath to Grandma. The caretaker helped me, even though it was already time for her to leave. She's really nice. She also shared some advice about Grandma, which I'll tell you later.
You've already heard advice from her, so why bother telling me? I don't need to know any advice.
But she showed me a really helpful way of holding Grandma up. I think you should know too, just in case.
I won't be doing it. It suffices that you know how to do it.
All right. I have a favor to ask you, Mom. Is it okay if I talk to you about it now?
What's up? I won't be able to give you any money if that's what you're going to ask me.
I might need a small amount, but not a significant sum. I promise. This Saturday, I will go on a picnic with my class. My friends are planning to participate, and I'd like to join them. Can you please give me some money for the picnic?
What? No way. Who will take care of your grandmother on Saturday? You're the only one available to look after her, so going out is not an option. Forget about the picnic. You will be staying at home.
It'll only be for a half day, so please. Can I go?
No, you're not allowed to go. You have to stay at home and look after Grandma.
But I really want to hang out with my friends and enjoy some time with them.
You have a responsibility to fulfill. Leaving your grandma alone at home isn't acceptable. Don't you care for your grandma's well-being?
That's why I'm begging you to look after her in my place. Is that too much to ask for a favor? I really enjoy spending time with my friends, and I want to go out with them. I'll return home straight after school every day, and I'll be available to care for Grandma whenever you need to go out, so please, can I go out just this once? I won't request permission to go out again for a long time. So please.
Quit being so stubborn. I already said no. How many times do I have to repeat myself? Plus, I won't be giving you any money for such a wasteful outing, especially when it means leaving your grandma alone. Don't cause trouble just because you want to have fun.
But I'm consistently looking after Grandma. Can't we switch roles once in a while? You can go out with your friends for drinks without asking if I'm okay taking care of Grandma. You can go whenever you want. I'll pay you back when I find a job and start working. So, can I borrow around $30 from you?
No, I won't let you borrow any money. And you're not allowed to get a job until Grandma passes away. She still relies on you. I'm a busy adult. You're just a kid. I need to go out and unwind, releasing the stress that comes with raising you and taking care of your grandma. I don't have as much spare time as you do, so I need my free time more than you do.
Honestly, I feel a lot busier than you are. You never do the housework or take care of Grandma.
Stop irritating me. You've been quite bothersome lately. You need to learn when to stop talking.
I'm simply pointing out that you don't help me with the housework. I'm not trying to annoy you.
You should be grateful that I've raised you this far. I could have placed you in an orphanage, but I didn't. I did my best to raise you on my own. Taking care of your grandmother and helping out around the house is the least you can do in return. By the way, I'd like you to leave the house after Grandma passes away. I don't want to take care of an annoying teenager.
What? You're asking me to leave the house after Grandma dies? Are you serious?
Go out on your own and take care of everything since you say you do it, everything. You're already 14 years old. You can find a job and earn your own money. You could live on your own, right? Since you claim I'm not doing anything, you don't need me anymore.
That's not what I meant. I can't believe you genuinely want me out of the house. You really don't want me around? Is that it?
It's due to your obstinate and self-centered behavior. Who would want to live with such a person? Or do you still feel comfortable living at home, or are you considering independence?
All right, I understand. I'll strive to be more self-reliant. It's not like I was getting any support from you anyways. I manage the household, and I'm aware that Grandma's savings help with our expenses. I feel like we've been drifting apart in our parent-child relationship. I will move out after Grandma passes away to find my own path.
Fantastic! That will be one less worry for me. I've done my best to raise you since your father's death, and I hope you can see that. But it didn't pay off. You've really grown into quite a stubborn and selfish person. It seems like you aren't grateful for anything I've done for you. Don't expect sympathy from me once you decide to leave home.
I won't. I'll never turn to you for help or anything.
So you believe you can manage on your own, huh? Well then, prove it. I'm eager to witness you coming to me in tears, asking for help. You should hope your grandma stays healthy for as long as possible.
2 months later, Grandma passed away. Mom, I tidied up Grandma's room. I threw everything away, just like you told me.
Good. Your work here is finished. Feel free to leave whenever you want. You must be thrilled now. You're free to do whatever you want. You don't have to be stuck with her anymore.
How can you say that? Aren't you grieving for your mother's death?
Of course I am. She was my mother.
But you went out drinking with your friends right after the funeral.
Well, I needed to go out and lift my spirits. You'll understand when you're older and start drinking. That's simply how adults relieve stress.
That's how you are all the time. You love joining the party all the time.
Anyway, have you packed your belongings? Are you prepared to leave the house? Don't tell me you've forgotten the promise you made.
No, I remember. You told me to leave the house as soon as Grandma has passed away.
Yes, exactly. Make sure to leave by the time I return home. Got it? I don't want to see your face or any of your belongings scattered around the house.
Sure. You won't see me here when you come back. Nor will any of my belongings be there.
So you're determined. I'm relieved you're not reneging on your word. I thought I might have to physically escort you from the house if you were going to plead with me to stay.
Yeah, right. As if I had any desire to remain there longer now that the only person I cared for was gone. I won't be relying on you any more.
So, do you have alternate accommodations? Or are you going to live outdoors? Don't become homeless and burden others. But I suppose it's fine as long as you don't find me to help.
No, I won't be sleeping on the streets. I'm heading to Grandma's.
What? Grandma's house? Have you lost your mind? Or are you struggling to accept her passing? What do you actually plan to do? You're not contemplating ending your life, are you?
No, I'm not.
Or do you mean your grandma from your dad's side? Grandma Laura?
Yes, Mom.
Since when have you been in touch with her? You haven't really met her before, have you?
Several months ago, when I entered high school, she sent me a letter congratulating me on my fresh start. It turns out she attempted to send me letters several times before, but you consistently discarded them before I could read them. However, you stopped handling things around the house, so you didn't even notice when I received a letter from her. I've been in contact with her since then.
So that's your plan. No wonder you didn't seem to worry about moving out. In the end, you're relying on someone.
I'm still underage. I'm not supposed to live on my own yet. I don't think there's anything wrong with depending on someone.
Yeah, sure. You're just a brat opposing me, but you're still a baby who needs to be looked after.
I don't want to see you ever again. So please, don't assume you'll ever see me again.
Oh, do you know get all lonely and end up wanting to see you? That's not going to happen, so don't worry. I won't miss you at all. I won't be responsible for taking care of my mother or you anymore. This is incredible. I'm finally liberated.
I'm glad you see it that way. I was worried you might reconsider and request me to stay. Goodbye, Mom. The next month.
Ellen, what's happening? How come you're getting the entire inheritance and there's nothing left for me?
Mom, I explicitly told you not to reach out to me again. Why are you messaging me?
I don't care about what you told me. Hand over all the inheritance you received. I'm her daughter. I must receive all her inheritance. Not you.
Did you consult a lawyer about this first? Grandma stated in her will that she left the inheritance to me, not you.
But I'm her daughter. I have the right to receive the inheritance, even if it's not mentioned in the will.
She specifically didn't want to leave anything to you. That's what she wrote in her will, and that's why you're not getting anything.
When did she write that anyway? I had her draft the will with me. She clearly stated that she was leaving everything to me.
No, Mom. Then she decided to rewrite it with me because she was disappointed and fed up with you. You got angry with her when she asked for favors.
Who would believe that you helped her write her will? The will I helped her draft is legal. Yours is not.
I had a lawyer present to assist in drafting the will. This will is valid. Yours is now deemed invalid. The caretaker also testified that you treated her badly. Her statements serve as evidence. Therefore, you should give up any claim to the inheritance.
You knew exactly that you were entitled to the inheritance. That's why you didn't object when I asked you to vacate the house. You cunning manipulator. How dared you betray the parent who raised you?
You told me to leave, so I agreed. Actually, I wasn't aware of inheriting everything at that time. She wrote the will sometime later.
You manipulated her into writing the will to ensure you received the entire inheritance, didn't you?
No, all I did was contact the lawyer when you weren't around so she could write a new will. Grandma anticipated that you would mistreat me even more if she died. She expressed concern about my well-being after her death and left everything she had for me.
That woman!
It just demonstrates how poorly you treated us. You should have treated us with more kindness.
You're terrible. You're an awful child. I should have just sent you to an orphanage if I had known you would turn out like this. You're so ungrateful.
Who's being ungrateful? You or me? After everything you did to your mother, you used up Grandma's savings and pension, yet failed to care for her. Instead, you neglected her and uttered hurtful words. Your initial kindness faded as her memory worsened, and you began talking about placing her in a nursing home.
Return home immediately. I'm still your parent. I have custody over you.
How come? You want me to return, don't you?
You shouldn't be living apart from your mother.
But you kicked me out of the house, Mom. Now you want me to return? What made you change your mind?
Well, the situation has changed. You're still a minor, and it's my responsibility to take care of you.
You will deceive me again. I'm not coming back to your house. Just be aware that you might face consequences with the police. I've already spoken to a child protection social worker. I disclosed everything about your actions towards me. They'll be reaching out to you soon regarding allegations of child abuse and neglect.
What? You reported to a social worker? I can't believe you did that.
I wish I didn't have to take these steps, Mom. I wish I had a decent mother who loves and treats me well. But I had to do this to safeguard myself and my other grandma. You forced me to shoulder the majority of Grandma's care. When the caretaker was unavailable, you insisted I skip school to look after her, and all the household chores were thrust upon me as well. You wouldn't even allow me to hang out with my friends while you enjoyed parties almost every night.
So what? I deserve to have a break. I've faced numerous challenges, and I need a way to de-stress. What do you have to stress about? You're just a child with no genuine responsibilities.
You no longer have the right to claim the role of my parent. You forced me to do everything independently since I was 10 years old. Grocery shopping, preparing meals, and cleaning the house. As I entered high school, you assigned me the responsibility of caring for Grandma. However, you failed to fulfill your parental duties, so I have no intention of returning to you. It is obvious that your true motivation lies in securing the inheritance, not in genuinely wanting me back.
Listen, Evelyn, life became challenging after your dad's passing. Raising you was difficult for me. Then your grandmother started getting sick, so I had to take care of her too. I must find a job instead of being a housewife, all while juggling the responsibilities of caring for you and managing our household. This was too much for me to handle at once.
That's the reason she was initially meant to go to the nursing home. But you refused to let her leave so you could take advantage of her money. I now have supportive grandparents on Dad's side who treat me with kindness. I've come to realize that this is the way I should have been treated. I'm satisfied to be in this better place. However, there's also a deep sadness for my past, and I can't help but wish for a better mother.
However, they haven't been in your life. Do you claim they're better, even though they were absent all this time?
Yes, they are better, especially since their absence was a result of you preventing them from contacting me. I have no intention of ever talking to or seeing. That's how strongly I feel, especially after spending time with my grandparents. You can't understand the loneliness I experienced while single-handedly caring for Grandma with no support from you.
But you were able to live without being hungry. You lived comfortably with a roof over your head.
Yes, I remember it was with Grandma's money. I can't even recall the last time you went to work. You spend all the time drinking with your friends and having a party for no reason.
Evelyn, I want to become your mother again. I will not allow you to suffer in life any longer. So, please, give me another chance.
You've remained unchanged, despite my repeated attempts to make you change. How can I trust that this time will be any different?
Hey, I want you to understand that, even during the toughest moments, I refrained from sending you to an orphanage. Can't you see that I gave everything I could?
No, I'm not coming back. I won't forget that you once told me to leave. You told me that you felt free without me, and now I share the same sentiment. Goodbye, Mom. Live your own life as you wish. Unfortunately, my mom had exhausted most of Grandma's savings without additional funds in a separate account. She was left in financial distress and urgently seeking employment. Despite her attempts to reach out and share her struggles with rent, I redirected her to my social worker and blocked contact with her. Meanwhile, I live comfortably with my paternal grandparents. I was warmly embraced by them. Now, I attend school regularly and have the opportunity to spend time with friends. Thanks to the inheritance left by Grandma, I can afford university once I graduate from high school. Going forward, I'm determined to live life on my terms.
Hi, my beloved daughter. Have you received my gifts?
Hello, Mom. Thanks, Mom, a lot for the generous wedding presents. I'm absolutely thrilled with all the things you've gifted me.
It was my pleasure, my dear. You don't have to express gratitude like this. I'm your mother after all. You know I've got your back. Best wishes on your wedding. I wish I could have done even more for you.
Well, thank you so much. But you are not.
What do you mean, Charlene?
You're not my real mother. That's what I meant. However, I wanted to express my gratitude to you anyway.
Why did you say that, my dear?
Did you think I was unaware of that? So, you believed I was being a good daughter all this time because I thought you were my mother?
What's going on? Of course, I'm your mother.
Don't pretend you're oblivious. It doesn't suit you. Just because you cared for me for 25 years doesn't mean you are my mother.
What's your point, Charlene?
Stop asking things like, what? I think you know exactly what I am saying. You enjoyed playing the role of a mom, didn't you? With someone else's child. Have you ever thought of my real mom's feelings? About her daughter being lost to a stranger?
Charlene, what's come over you? Why are you suddenly talking about this? What is it that you've heard? Who informed you about this? And what were the details? I can't believe that you're saying such hurtful things to me. Have you ever thought about my feelings?
Hurtful? What about your actions of taking a baby away from her mother? You don't have the right to accuse me of hurting you.
That's enough, Charlene.
My mother could live happily with my dad and me if it weren't for you. My birth mother had to continue her life with a shattered heart, and I had to suffer from this make-believe life. All because of you.
Charlene, you've completely misunderstood the situation. I never did that. I did not steal you from anyone, and I would never even think of doing something like that. Your birth mother brought you to me and begged me to save you. She explained that she couldn't raise a child on her own. She promised not to return as long as I raised you as my own. She even asked for money in exchange for you, as if I asked her to take you away from her. It felt like she was selling you to me.
Offering her some financial support was the least you could have done. She gave you her precious baby. Have you been sore about the donation all these years? And you wouldn't have taken me in so willingly if you weren't fulfilling your own needs, right? Don't tell me something nonsense like, I raised you with all my heart because you didn't do it for me. You did it for yourself. You did it to satisfy your selfish desire to be a mother and a wife and fulfill your vision of perfect family. You probably make yourself seem like the ideal mother and wife to Daddy.
My dear, I've always regarded you as my very own daughter without a doubt. I appreciate you as a precious gift from God. I've spent the past 25 years being nothing but thankful, and I've strived to demonstrate that appreciation by raising you. And let me tell you, I couldn't be prouder of the woman you've grown into. I can empathize, but this is enough for me, Charlene.
You always act like you're better than everyone, Denise. Don't you see that? Why you try to be in my mother's shoes and understand what my mom had gone through? Stop pretending to be a perfect mom and see what we are going through. If you have any decency, you'll understand my point. I don't want to be your daughter anymore. I won't play the roles you want me to. So, please don't come to see me. Stay out of my life. I'm starting a new life, and I'd appreciate it if you're not a part of it anymore. Okay?
Charlene, you've gone too far. How long have you known that I am not your birth mother? Who exactly informed you of it?
Dad informed me about this. It might be 2 years ago on my graduation ceremony. Dad, my mom, Martin, and I used to have meals and shop together occasionally. You really didn't know about it?
What? Are you serious? I can't believe your dad did that.
Well, it's your own fault for thinking you could make Dad commit by having a baby. We're all aware that you raised me to keep Dad all to yourself and provide you with financial support. Did you honestly believe that trying to find your happiness at the expense of others wouldn't have consequences?
As I said before, I didn't take you away from your real mom, Charlene. She gave you to me voluntarily. You should trust me. You can also know that I took care of myself just like your dad did. I'm not dependent on him entirely. I admit that I can't have babies, but that's not why I raised you. Your birth mother said she might leave you at an orphanage if I didn't take you. I intended to let her do it. She was my husband's mistress, so I was not generous enough to receive her daughter. But my sweetheart, I still brought you into my life because I loved you the moment I saw you and felt your tiny fingers holding onto my thumb. I didn't hesitate to take care of my husband's child with another woman because I was so in love with you. It didn't matter how you were born. All that mattered was that you became a part of my life. Can you see that, my love?
Hey, you're making up a tearjerker story. This is a movie, you know. Don't say anything. Please leave me alone. By the way, I've already invited my birth mother to my wedding, as my mom, of course. So please don't appear at my wedding. And my dad is supposed to leave you soon. He will move to my house with my birth mother.
What are you saying?
Oh no, your cognitive ability is getting worse with time. I spoke with my dad, and he said he cannot forget my mother, his true love. He couldn't leave you because you were really insistent about giving me a proper childhood with loving parents and all that stuff. But now that I have a new family with Martin, I want to live with the people whom I love. My husband, my dad, and my mother. You know, if it weren't for you, the three of us might have been able to live happily together as a real family. It feels like you separated us, shattered our future together, and had your share of fun. It's time to make things right, Denise. So please let us be. If it turns out that it's your turn to experience sadness and regret, then you'll have to deal with it. My mom certainly endured it for a long time.
All right. If this is your wish, I'll step aside and let you be with your parents. But I'm going to take back all the money savings that I was going to give you for your wedding. I'll also pack your dad's clothes and belongings in suitcases and leave them by the door. You should tell him to come and collect. Once you have them, you can go wherever you want to go.
Whoa, wait, what? Not give me the money savings. Those were for my wedding. Why would you do that, Mom?
Mom? I thought you didn't want me to be your mother anymore. I wish I could take back all the money I've spent in the last 25 years raising you. But since I can't do that, I'm only canceling the gifts I want to give you for the wedding. It's you who forces me not to come to your wedding. Oh, I also remember that the photographers and wedding flowers were booked using my credit card, right? I'll now cancel all of that. Certainly not a little amount in comparison to what I've happily spent on you during my entire life.
Oh, goodness, you are so selfish. You can reclaim presents. Who does that? You gave me those items willingly, didn't you? There's no reversing it. How can you claim to be a mother? It's your daughter's wedding, after all.
Don't say I'm your mother anymore. Well, you can go to your birth mother and seek her assistance. Why don't you ask her to help you prepare for the wedding? Since she cares about you a lot and has never had the opportunity to demonstrate it, she should eagerly agree to help.
Well, I see it now. You did consider me a stepchild, didn't you? Your words claim you love me like your own, but your actions reveal your true feelings over these years. You actually consider the money you spent on me, don't you? Seriously, would you have done that if I were your biological daughter? Okay, my mom can take care of the expenses for my wedding. Dad, Mother, and Martin will make me the happiest woman at my wedding. We don't require your assistance. All we need from you now is to step out of our life.
You got it. The sooner the better. Following a car accident, I couldn't have children. I was dumbfounded when the doctor informed me that I was no longer able to give birth because I had always wanted to have a baby in my life. However, when my husband brought his child that he had with his mistress, I embraced her and raised her as my own for over 25 years. It's incredibly challenging for any woman to forgive her husband for being unfaithful and accepting his illegitimate child. I didn't think I could do it either, and I'm not entirely certain if I ever truly forgave him. However, the moment I saw a little girl gaze into my eyes, grasping my thumb with her delicate fingers, she became my own. I couldn't help but think that God's ways are mysterious. This wonderful child was a gift from God, sent for us to love each other. I used to believe that family bonds were strong, but the power of love surpassed everything. My daughter Charlene brought me happiness I had never known before. From the moment I saw her first steps, when she called me Mama, I realized she was the best gift I have ever received. When she savored the meals I prepared like they were the best in the world, her little hand holding mine as we walked, and the handmade artwork she gave me on Mother's Day, I couldn't forget all these precious moments we had together. She filled my once empty heart to the point where it overflowed with a love I had never experienced. I could have never imagined that she would one day say those painful and hurtful things she did. Today, my husband quickly confessed to having an affair with Charlene's birth mother, and our 40 years' marriage ended. When I returned home, I packed their belongings in boxes and left them outside the door. After that, I received a text from Richard. Later.
Hey, where are you? I brought you some beefsteak and mashed potato, your favorites. I thought we were overdue for a date night. Open the door, Denise.
Richard, why are you here right now? Shouldn't you be with your daughter and your true love by now? You know, the woman who fills your heart with longing just by thinking about her. The woman you have a child with. The woman you recently gave everything up for to be with again. Did you get? Why are you here with beefsteak at this late hour anyway?
I ended things with her. I stepped out of that relationship. We're no longer together. I understand that there's no one like you, Denise. You're the most caring and patient person I've ever known. I made a mistake letting you go, and I'm aware I hurt you. I'm deeply sorry for not appreciating everything you've done for this family. Can you please forgive me just one more time? I'll make changes, I promise. By the way, I've been a victim in this situation too. That woman is very cunning. She didn't care about me. She never truly cared. All this time, she took advantage of me so she could join us when I took Charlene out for meals or shopping, all for her gain. She even has a younger boyfriend. She doesn't want to marry me or live with us. She's just terrible. I love you, my dear. Come on!
Yes, she might not be the best person, but she is Charlene's birth mother, right? Maybe she wants to have her child back in her life and perhaps establish a relationship now. I heard she's going to the wedding and everything, as the mother of the bride.
But it's more complicated than that, Denise. She planned to come to the wedding just to find wedding gifts and take whatever she could for herself. Can you believe it? She asked for money to attend her own daughter's wedding. I had to send her $20,000 2 weeks ago. She also deceived Charlene into giving her a lot of money after the wedding. After that, she left without leaving a message. Charlene and I came to find her, but she traveled so far with her young boyfriend. We fell into her trap. Are you going to comfort Charlene? She's heartbroken right now. You may give her an advice right now, Denise.
Charlene made it very clear that she doesn't see me as her mother at all. When she talked to me, she took away all the effort and care I put into being her mother. Not only that, she told me to step out of her life. I now understand that holding on to her was like grasping a handful of sand. Regardless of how tightly I tried to keep it in my hand, it would inevitably slip through my fingers.
But you found joy in being her mother, didn't you? You loved her wholeheartedly. I'm sure you still love her. You cannot overlook 25 years of her life with you. I'm sure you won't.
I did have wonderful moments with Charlene. I cannot deny that. She was once the world to me. But the accusations she threw at me, Richard, they were hurtful. That part of her isn't something I nurture her. It's just her nature, like the nature of your mistress. I can't move past that, at least not for now, Richard. Perhaps a biological mother could have forgiven her daughter for something like this easily. So I suppose I'm no different from what Charlene believed me to be. In the end, I'm not her birth mother.
Mom, it's Charlene. I'm truly sorry, Mom. I realize that I was wrong, Mom. I shouldn't have told you those hurtful words. Can you please forgive me? I can't explain why I did what I did. If you allow us back into your life, I'll never think or speak about my biological mom again. Ever. I'll strive to be the best daughter you deserve. I promise. Mom, Martin already knew everything I did to you and did not forgive me. We're left with nowhere else to turn, Mom. If you want, Daddy and I will come inside and plead with you. Let's go shopping together like in the past, just you and me. We tried on great outfits together, and I chose the greatest one for you, Mom. Oh, I really crave your meatloaf, Mom. Your amazing meatloaf with those genuine breadcrumbs. Can you show me how to make it?
If I've learned one thing from this entire situation, I didn't possess the inner strength it believed I had. I can't bring myself to forgive the both of you for what you've done. I suppose, in the end, I am the kind of stepmother you described me to be. Our relationship is over, Charlene and Richard. I want to thank you, Charlene, for the many joyful memories we've shared over the past 25 years, regardless of whether they meant the same to you. I'll hold on to them dearly because they meant everything to me. I'll make an effort to focus on the happy memories of you. However, it's time for you to move on to your life. Please don't make this any more complicated for us. Farewell, Charlene. Richard and Charlene kept calling me until I decided to involve the police. After that, 2 patrol officers arrived to talk to them. Charlene's husband, Martin, and his family were openly disappointed when they found out that birth mother had stolen some gifts at the wedding. Eventually, and rather swiftly, Martin and Charlene divorced. Charlene continued to blame me for the troubles in her life, but I no longer cared. I don't want to waste time for those who don't deserve it. It's time for me to focus on self-improvement and spend the rest of my life for my own happiness. In a way, it's saddening to have devoted 25 years to raising a child who inherits some selfish traits from her birth mother. Nevertheless, I have no regrets because, all in all, Charlene taught me a kind of love I'm still searching for in life. It's time to begin a new chapter in this uncertain journey called life.
It might be a little unusual, but it's not impossible. Some people even get married a few weeks after meeting each other.
Wayne! I think I understand what happened now. You were so shocked that you had to break up with Tom and decided to get married just to forget about it. I bet the guy you got married to doesn't even mean anything to you. I'd love to see how much of a loser he is.
That's not what happened at all.
I guess the best way for you to forget about losing Tom was to find another random guy. I understand if you just slept with him, but you got married. I think that's taking it a little too far. You're probably better off just being single. I feel so sorry for you and your husband. I doubt you even care about each other at all. You become even more of a loser every time I talk to you.
I guess you really enjoy looking down on me. I'm tired of just talking to you anyway. I'm definitely not attending your wedding. You better find someone else to give a speech. I never want to see your face again in my life.
Hey, Sandy, got you some interesting thing to talk. Can you guess it?
What? What? You? Again?
I saw you and your husband walking together. So it really was true that you got married.
I thought I told you not to message me again.
Tom and I were at the wedding planners to get the full details for our wedding sorted out today. When we were coming home, we saw you guys together. The guy that you were holding hands with is your husband, right?
Yes, that's my husband. What do you want from me anyway?
I only managed to see from far away, but he didn't seem to look so bad. I'm impressed, Sandy. You guys were just walking out of a jewelry shop, right? That place is full of pretty expensive stuffs. What were you guys doing in there? Did he buy you a present or something?
What? What? Were you spying on us or something? That's right that we were at the jewelry shop. We were picking up my wedding ring. We wanted to get custom rings, but we got married so quickly that they weren't ready yet.
Really? That's so cool. You managed to get a customized ring at such an expensive shop.
My husband told me that the wedding ring is very important, and that he would be happy to spend money on it. I'm wearing it right now, and it's just beautiful.
I'm so jealous of you. I didn't know that you managed to get married to a guy that's so wealthy.
I wish Tom was rich so that he could buy me a ring like that. It's unfair.
I thought he had a pretty decent job. Is that right?
The ring that he gave to me when he proposed was kind of a letdown. I was so disappointed when I received it. I asked him if we could get a different ring, but he told me there's no point in spending that much on a wedding ring. He says that the ring's going to get damaged anyway. So there's no point in buying something expensive. My wedding ring is only worth a few $100s.
I don't really think the value of a wedding ring matters that much anyway. As long as you love each other, right?
You don't know, Sandy. That really matters. It matters very much. I want an expensive ring because it's worthy for someone like me. I also want the ring much more expensive than the one you got.
What? What? What's wrong with you? Why do you have to involve me in everything?
Because you made me annoy so much.
What? What? What did I do to you?
I also don't really like the fact that your husband is pretty wealthy. I actually have a suggestion for you. So what do you think?
What? What?
How about we swap husbands?
Are you insane?
No, I think it's a great idea. The only reason that you got married was to forget about Tom, right? And you still have feelings for him. I'm telling you that I'd be willing to give him back to you. That would make you happy, right? I think that the change would be better for you, actually.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you to give me your husband. I know he's probably a loser for getting married to someone like you. However, if he's rich and willing to spend money on his wife, then I don't really mind getting married to him. Let's swap husbands and get married to the person that we actually have feelings for. I think I've kind of fallen in love with your husband. Is that obvious?
Who would want to get married to a woman like you?
Don't say that.
I'm sorry, it was a message from my husband. He's sitting right next to me. He only loves me, and that the two of us are very happy together. So please, stop bothering me with your stupid plan.
What?
What?
He's sitting right next to you. I didn't mean for him to see that message.
I've actually talked to my husband about you and Tom. I'd shown him every single text that you've sent me today. He's laughing so much. Actually, he's amazed that I used to be friends with someone like you. How ridiculous are you? He said there must be something really wrong with your own brain or something. He can't believe that we were actually friends before.
What the heck does that mean?
You still don't get it? I have no feelings for Tom at all. Ever since he cheated on me, there's no way I would ever consider getting married to him. In fact, I'm kind of glad you took him away from me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have met my current husband. My husband had no interest in you earlier, so we won't be able to swap husbands. Don't ever contact me again.
Wait, Sandy. Hold on a minute. There's something wrong with you. I can't believe how rude you are. I was being kind enough to contact you as a friend. Stop acting so arrogant towards me.
Being so kind? You've got to be kidding me. I don't want to talk to you or stay friends with you. Stop trying to flirt with other guys just before your wedding. It's so disgusting.
What's wrong with you, Sandy? Do you really need to take a revenge on me? Don't be so dramatic. You've taken this way too far.
What? What? What are you talking about?
Tom just told me that he no longer wants to marry me. My wedding is coming soon. This news is kind of a shock to me. You guys must get back together behind my back. You are a traitor. You already have a rich husband. Did you really have to take back Tom as well?
Do you really think I would do something like that? I have nothing to do with Tom breaking up with you. So please stop trying to involve me in all of your problems.
You had to do this to me just before my wedding. Now I'm going to have to cancel all of the wedding plans. This is all your fault. I am never going to forgive you for any of this. In fact, you better pay for all the cancellation fees.
That's ridiculous.
I know that you probably flirted with Tom behind my back. You tried to win him back. What other reason would there be for him to cancel our wedding? This all happened because of you? You better pay the cancellation fees for the wedding. If you don't want to do that, then you better give me your wealthy husband.
You really are insane.
There's no other reason Tom would want to cancel our wedding.
I know that you've been waiting for the opportunity to take Tom back from me. I didn't think you would be willing to do it just before my wedding. You should take responsibility for your actions and pay me the wedding cancellation fees. I'm being kind enough to give you a choice as well. Pay me the money or give me your husband. You can pay me and give me a husband if you want then.
I'm not responsible for any of this. All of this is your responsibility. Stop messaging me and go sort out your life. There must be a lot of things that you need to be doing now.
What did you just say? How am I responsible for any of this? I'm just a victim. I just got dumped and it's all because of you.
How are you a victim? Tom already knew that you'd cheated behind his back.
What? What? Well, did you know that?
Well, it's not so difficult. If you don't know, but the guy you are dating is my husband's secretary.
How is that possible?
And of course, my husband knows about your relationship with him. You are so good when hiding the fact that you already got engaged. When your guy knew about the truth, he's really mad. He also called Tom then.
Really? Why don't I know anything about this? But you mean that everyone knows about my relationship?
Yeah, you should prepare to deal with what's coming next. That's why I said you have to get lots of things sorted out. You are really good then. You cheated on 2 men at the same time. Is that you real talent?
But what I'm supposed to do now?
I don't know. And I don't care. Everything is the result of what you did. So, bye now. I will block your number, so don't even try to contact me again.
Wait, Sandy! Wait!
After that, Bella and Jack ended up canceling their wedding and breaking up. Jack demanded that Bella pay for all the fees associated with the cancellation of the wedding, as she cheated on him multiple times. Bella couldn't pay the fees by herself, so she asked her parents to help her out. Her parents were willing to help her out, but they wanted an explanation on why the wedding wasn't happening. Once they found out the truth, they were disgusted. I heard that they ended up cutting all ties with Bella. Luckily, I can get rid of her in my life.
David, we need to have a conversation.
Can we do this later? I'm quite busy at the moment. I have a passenger waiting, and I need to maintain my Uber rating.
No, this can't wait. I've noticed you've been leaving the bed at night to take calls. Last night was the 4th time I've noticed it. Who are you talking to at such late hours?
I'm not sure I understand. I'm a deep sleeper. Why would I sneak out of bed? And why would I want to take calls at odd hours?
Well, you always sound excited on those calls, and they go on for a while. Just tell me who it is.
I don't know what to say. It seems you've already made up your mind and nothing I say will change it.
David, you've changed since we got engaged and you moved in. You're not as romantic and you mainly eat, sleep, and work whenever you want. You hardly spend time with me and now you're making late night calls.
I really don't understand what you're talking about. Maybe it's just a dream. You know how tired you've been lately. I've advised you to take it easy, but you're pushing yourself too hard. It might be causing these thoughts. I get it, but you might be overthinking things. Let it go, okay?
No, I know what I saw and heard. Don't make me believe it's all in my head.
I've listened to everything you've said, but I won't let it ruin my day, okay? If we talk now, it might affect my Uber rating, and that would impact my passengers. Can we discuss this when you get home?
No, I won't let you avoid this conversation again. We need to talk now.
I can't discuss it right now. There's an urgent issue, and I need your help. Can you lend me $300? I have to do some maintenance on the car before I can go back on the road. Passengers have been complaining about it.
Seriously, this is urgent? And didn't you service the car just last week? What's the problem now?
I'll explain it when I get home. Right now, I need the money for my living.
This could have been avoided if you'd given me the full amount for maintenance last week. You only gave me half, so you can't blame me for this.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying we need to fix it quickly so I can get back to work.
Fine, I'll send the money, but after that, I expect us to continue our conversation.
Of course, I won't miss it. Jessica, why did you lock me in the bedroom when I have to go to work? Open this door before I get upset?
I won't open it. I'm already at work, and you'll have to stay in there for a while. You got out of bed last night to take a call, and I'm sure I didn't make that up.
Come on, we already discussed this. Can we drop it and let me go to work?
We didn't agree. You suggested we talk later, but you came home late and went straight to bed. You didn't take any calls that night, but I caught you yesterday and I even recorded it.
What? Are you serious?
Why would I make a joke about something like this? Who were you talking to last night?
Please. Let's stop this. It's becoming exhausting, and being engaged to you is draining my energy and happiness. You seem to take the joy out of everything.
What? Me?
Yes, you. You often act like everything revolves around you and expect the world to cater to your desires. I've been putting up with it, but I'm growing tired. You can be bossy, rude, and belittling, especially because you earn slightly more than I do. I'm genuinely freaked out right now. Do you think buying me a car gives you the right to make my life miserable?
My God, are you really blaming me for this? I'll send it to you right now. Is that your voice?
It does sound like me, but I can't recall ever saying those things. Are you sure this happened last night?
Yes, it did. I can send you a screenshot with the timestamp.
Okay, Jessica, please hear me out. What I'm about to say may sound lame, but I need you to trust me, especially if you've never trusted me before.
Get to the point.
I have no memory of making those calls.
What? Are you mocking me? Am I a joke to you?
Jessica, I need you to trust me. I swear on my mom's grave.
Oh.
You know how much my mom means to me. I'd never make such a joke about her. I'm genuinely terrified right now.
Hey, calm down.
Don't you understand what's happening? I've been sleepwalking. I have no memory of these strange calls. Remember how I used to sleep on the floor some months ago?
Yeah, I thought you did that on purpose.
No, I'd wake up on the floor with no recollection of how I got there. It was terrifying, but I didn't want to worry you, so I didn't mention it.
Oh my God, this is serious. Can something be done about it?
Yes, I'll need to see a therapist. This is really scary.
Don't worry, we'll figure this out. I'm sorry for suspecting you, honey. Let me make it up to you. What would you like?
I just want to have a drink and forget my troubles. Let's go party.
Sure, but can we do it at home? Just the two of us? With lots of drinks? It'll be more fun?
That sounds great.
That night. Hey, honey, I'm home and ready for our party. Everything is all set. Drinks, music, and mood lighting. All that's missing is you. Where are you, baby?
I'm not too far away. I'm just dropping off my last passenger for the night, and then I'll be on my way to you.
Oh my God, are you texting while driving?
No, I stopped for gas. I wouldn't do something that risky.
Please be safe.
I love you, baby. Thanks for doing this for me.
I love you too, honey. I'll do whatever it takes to make you happy.
Awesome. I'm on my way.
Oh, how was the celebration? No jokes, this is the worst party I have ever attended. I actually agreed to the party for a different reason, and my plans did pretty well. David drank from far too many bottles. I made sure he became incredibly inebriated and passed out. I unlocked his phone with his fingerprint while he was sleeping. I was shocked to learn that he had been seeing someone else behind my back. In actuality, they had been dating for 6 years. Kira is her name, and his gallery was filled with images of her. Never in my life have I felt so deceived and hurt. I should have known better than to walk away. But after all this man had done to me, I couldn't let him get away with it so easily. I made the decision to make him pay for all of the hurt, anguish, and tears he caused me by lying to me. All I can hope is that I don't wind up playing myself. The next morning...
Oh my God, baby! What a morning!
Someone sounds pretty excited now. I hope you enjoyed the breakfast I left by your bed.
Actually, it's not about the food. I didn't notice any breakfast by the bed, but that's not the issue right now. I just found out that my car's engine is knocked.
Knocked? What does that mean?
It's beyond repair. It ran without water all through the night, and I can't believe I was so careless. I called the mechanic and he said the engine can't be fixed. I don't know what to do, babe. Without this car, how am I going to make money? I need to fix it as soon as possible to get back on the road.
You probably forgot to turn it off last night. What were you thinking? I'm here for you, though. Whatever you need, just let me know.
Thanks, baby. I knew I could count on you. We need to replace the engine, get a new one, and that should solve everything. I just need some money to buy the new engine. Excuse me? Why are you laughing at me?
Oh, my bad. I meant to send a crying emoji. That's how I'm feeling. Do you feel better now?
How can I feel better? I need your help, please.
I wish I could, but honestly, I don't want to.
What? Why? Did I do something to upset you? I thought we were okay?
We're not. First of all, who is Kira? Last night, while you were drunk, you kept calling her name. I want to know who she is.
Kiara. That's my late sister. She passed away when she was just 5 years old. Do you really have to put me through all this pain? You're being selfish, you know? She was my sister, and I loved her dearly until she was taken from us. What do you want from me? I'm beginning to believe that you enjoy seeing me in pain.
Sister, huh? Why didn't you tell me about her before? We've been together for 4 years, and you never mentioned her.
I just didn't think it was the right time.
No, you're lying, and we both know it. There's more to this Kiara, and I bet she's not your sister. I won't stop until I know exactly who she is. A week later. Hello, David. Are you awake yet? You're always in bed these days, barely doing anything else.
What do you expect? You refuse to help me fix my car, and you know it's my only source of income. So all of this is your fault.
You have no right to blame me. Everything happening to you is your own fault.
Let's not do this, okay? I'd rather go back to bed than have this conversation.
Okay, at least tell me who owns the red dress in your wardrobe.
What red dress?
Don't you dare lie to me. I saw it this morning, and I know for sure it isn't mine. Whose is it?
Actually, it's yours. I got it as a gift for you and was hoping to give it to you soon.
That's not even my size. I'm a size 8, and that dress is a size 12.
I know. That's why I never gave it to you eventually. The company got the size wrong, and I've spoken to them to change it or give me a refund. It was just a simple mistake. You can't blame me for that. There's no way I would have given you a dress that wasn't the right fit.
What do you take me for? A 12-year-old? Do you think I'd fall for that? Just stop all this, okay?
Believe what you want, okay? I'm just tired. I'm home all day doing nothing, jobless, and with no money coming in since I lost the car. My life is at a standstill. So, none of this matters right now, Jessica. You're insecure, and I just can't deal with it. I'm not up for it at all. So just leave me alone, okay? I can see you won't help me improve my situation. Just don't make it worse. I'm fed up with everything as it is.
Let's take a step back and not do something we might regret. I'm sorry, David. Everything has been getting to me lately, and I seem to be taking it out on you. We've been together for 4 years, and I've never had a reason to doubt you. But things have been crazy since you moved in. Sometimes I wonder if you're the same man I knew for so long. It's confusing, but I promise to try to understand you better. I'll send you some money to have some fun and not stay indoors and be moody. I've sent you $500. Go enjoy yourself and don't miss me too much.
Thanks, honey.
I'll be home late because I have to close a major deal, but I'll see you later. 2 days later.
What have you done, Jessica? I'm at the grocery store right now, and I found out my credit card has been canceled. Can you imagine how embarrassed this makes me?
Yeah, I canceled it. I can't keep funding someone who doesn't seem to care about me. You've shown time and again how little you care about me. Every time I give you the benefit of the doubt, you betray me. I keep trying to trust and believe in you and your love for me, but you keep proving me wrong. Can't you see how hard I'm working to make this work for us? All you seem to do is work hard to destroy it. Well, now you have an idea of what it feels like to be betrayed and hurt, to have someone play with your feelings.
What are you talking about? Get to the point.
I received a text from Kiera last night, and she had a lot to say. She told me that both of you have been together for 6 years. David, that's 2 years longer than you and I have been together.
Kiera? Who the hell is that? I've never met a Kiera in my life.
Not even one. I don't know anyone by that name. Well, that's odd, considering you swore it was your dead sister's name.
Well, she's been gone for so long that sometimes I just forget about her. What can I do to make you believe me?
Just admit the truth. Why is that so hard for you to do? I already know you're cheating. Why do you keep insisting and pretending to be innocent?
Do you have any proof?
Excuse me?
Where's your proof that I'm cheating? You said she texted you, right? Send me some screenshots.
I can't do that. I deleted the messages.
Of course, how convenient. You know what? I'm sick and tired of all this. You keep making things up and punishing me for them. You're still punishing me for calling out Kiara that night, even after we talked about how sick I am. I'm done, Jessica. I'm done being controlled by you just because you're wealthier. I'll leave your house and life for good. I hope you're happy now because that's always been your goal. So, I'm off.
Fine. I don't want a liar and a cheat in my life either.
I'm leaving. Once I go, there's no coming back, no matter how hard you beg. It's final.
Goodbye, David. Make sure you leave nothing of yours behind, okay? I was furious when David ended our relationship. So infuriating when he does it before me. I should be the one doing the dumping because I was played. I knew for a fact that he would come begging, so I was positive he would return. Having said that, it was also time for me to improve. 2 days later. Hey, main chick. I know you don't know who I am, so I'll get right to it. I'm Jessica, and it's nice to meet you. Hi. I'm sorry. Do I know you? That name doesn't ring a bell. Relax. I'm getting there. Your bells will be ringing soon enough. You see, you and I are engaged to the same man. Excuse me? Come on. What's so hard to understand? David has been playing both of us. Is this some kind of joke or what? Did any of my friends put you up to this? Stop it right now because it's not funny at all. Lol, don't be silly. I have better things to do. Well, get to it. I'm busy right now, okay? If you're jobless, go somewhere else and try your brand of comedy because I'm not enjoying it. Relax. I have something to show you. Jessica sends Kiara some pictures. That's David and I. We've been together for 4 years. Oh my God, what are these? They can't be real. Do I have your attention now? I gather you both have been together for 6 years. I'm impressed. How did you put up with him for so long? I actually thought I was going to catch a side chick, but then it turned out I was the side chick. What an irony. My God, I can't believe this. He's been lying to me all this time. Actually, he's been lying to both of us. He never failed to tell me how much he loved me. He always swore I was the only woman in his life. How could he do this to me? He's even on my couch right now, snoring like a freight train. I just feel like punching his ugly nose. That wouldn't be such a bad idea, you know. I like you already, and I believe you'll make a great friend. However, hold your horses for now, okay? I've got a plan, and I'll need you for it to work perfectly. Of course, nothing like a cheating fiancé to bring us ladies together. Make sure he never sees our chats, though. Once he even has a suspicion, he'll cook up some story to try and save himself. It will not work this time. I even have a secret of mine I've been hiding from him, and now I have more reasons not to tell him just yet. Tell me, what is it? I'll tell you later tonight. He's waking up right now. Okay then. Kiao. 2 days later.
Jessica, where are you? I'm back home. Can we talk?
What are you doing in my house? You said you were never coming back.
I'm sorry, okay? I let my emotions take control of me. I'm sorry for everything, babe. I should have never left you. These past few days have made me realize just how vital you are to me. I missed you so much, and I'm back for you. I love you, honey. Please just take me back.
This is it, sweet. You know, I miss you too. I was really scared you wouldn't come back. I'm glad I was wrong, and I'm happy you're back. Have you got into the house?
Yeah. I took the spare key and let myself in.
Just make yourself comfortable, okay?
Sure, my love, babe. You know your birthday's in a few days. I have a surprise planned for you.
You do? What is it?
You'll have to wait and find out.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it. I want it to be special. There will be a party and you can invite your friends. All of them. My friends will also be coming, so it'll be loads of fun.
The more, the merrier.
Actually, I have a surprise for you too. And guess what? You don't have to wait until my birthday to see it.
What is it?
Go to the garage and tell me what you find.
A car? Are you kidding me? It's brand new, and it's for me. You've made me the happiest man in the world. Say it's mine.
Of course, baby. It's yours. I'm sorry I couldn't fix your engine, so I bought another car for you. Do you like it?
Like it. Of course I do. I love it.
It's yours, baby. You can resume work with it and stop being so bored. The keys are in the wardrobe. Take it for a spin, baby.
You're damn right I will.
3 days later. Hey, honey, can you go home right now? A delivery is being made to the house right now and I can't go to retrieve it.
I'm busy right now. I just can't go home. What's being delivered? They can be sent to your office instead.
They're just some clothes and shoes I bought.
Wow, don't you already have enough of them? Do you still have to buy more? You know you have to save your money.
Oh, it's not for me, my love. It's for you. I bought them for you.
No way! I don't believe this.
You should wear them to the party. You'll be the most handsome man there that day.
You're right. No one will come close when it comes to me. Not when I have my baby behind me. No worries, I'll go home right now and pick them up.
You really do that? I thought you were busy.
Don't worry about that, sweetheart. I'll do this for you. I love you, Jessica, and I'll never get tired of saying it. I'll tell everyone at your party the same thing. Even if you need me to sing a song to prove my love, I don't care. I'll happily do that for you.
Lol, don't tempt me, Happy. Now that you've put that in my mind, I'll ask you to sing on that day.
Maybe you and I should fight more often. Since we made up, I've enjoyed the way you've been treating me. It makes me love you all the more. These are the marks of a true girlfriend. You're learning, and I like that.
Yeah, I'm learning. Oh, baby, I'm learning indeed. 3 days later.
How could you do this to me? I thought you and I were cool. I thought we loved each other. Why'd you embarrass me like that?
I embarrassed you. Come on, it wasn't that bad.
What? You broke up with me in front of our friends and threw the engagement ring in my face? You could have blinded me. And then, as if that wasn't enough, you took the clothes and shoes you bought for me. I had to leave your place in my underwear. And even worse, you took the car. Did you have to go so far to shame me?
After everything you did to me. Yes, I do. You lied to me ever since I met you. And when I confronted you about it, you gaslighted me and tried to make me sound crazy. All those times you spoke about Kiara, I just wanted you to tell the truth. I already knew the answer. I only needed you to own up. You never spoke in your sleep, and she sure as hell never chatted me up. I reached out to her later on. I gave you multiple opportunities to come clean, but every single time, you failed.
So that's why you invited her to the party. That was manipulative and wicked. She's no different either. How could she drop news like that and in front of everyone? She told me she was pregnant 1 second and the next she was breaking up with me. Like, who does that?
Apparently, Kiara does. She should have seen your face. It was priceless. She's just like me. We can't be with cheaters. You know the funny thing? It's how you changed when she told you she was pregnant. You immediately forgot all about me and ran over to her to grovel. It broke my heart, but honestly, I wasn't surprised. That's just who you are. It didn't work, though she still dumped you. You thought you could have the best of both worlds, lying and cheating on 2 great women. Now, you've lost both. How foolish of you.
You didn't have to go so far. We could have at least talked about it. I could have explained.
Talked about what? Don't be silly. I've done all the talking I want with you. No more. You're out of my life for good, just like I kicked you out of my party and my house. I'm kicking you out of everything that concerns me. Goodbye. David persisted in his begs, followed me on social media, and kept dropping by my place. It was my word against him and the restraining order I obtained that ultimately prevented him from leaving Bay. He came to the realization that he was out of luck with me. Thus far, Kiera has given birth to a daughter. David has served 2 jail terms for neglecting to pay child support. He was able to obtain an old car, which he utilized to pursue his driving career. But now that he was living alone, he realized how difficult life was. I made close friends with Jessica since she was such a delightful person to be around. The only lovely thing I received from David was a wonderful friend and her lovely daughter, who nicknamed me Auntie